Well, today to with a sad story. Um, kind of it is a sad story. Last year I worked in a shelter with some of the dogs who needed to be more skilled at some things to get adopted more easily. I worked with one Malinois Max, who was a precious dog, uh, over the top, enthusiastic, young, but great heart, very loving. In the shelter environment, he was over aroused very easily, which led him to in house training with one of my colleagues, which caused him to thrive and learn the acquired skills. Learn the required skills. He was very good. That was in March last year. A little before the summer came, he got adopted. And today I've learned that he was euthanized due to behavior, which I cannot imagine being that bad. Because I've seen him in his worst. He was just a love bug. I once got trapped in his cage when I just met him. So when I was there, like the third time, I think I got locked in the cage in the shelter. If he would have been aggressive or had tendencies towards aggressiveness, I wouldn't have been here anymore, or I would be severely injured, which I wasn't. Yeah, he did the Malinois nips, of course. Yeah, but it's harmless. I mean, if you know what to do about them, then what I think is a problem in society these days. Uh, just throw away the dog out or euthanize. Easy. Unfortunately, there are vets who do that for non-medical reasons, for behavior reasons that they don't even know the real reasons of. When your dog is suddenly out of character and starts to act strangely or aggressively, learn what changed. What changed in the environment? What changed within the dog? Maybe there is something medically. Or maybe you were doing something wrong. More often than not, it's us doing something wrong. I cannot I cannot believe this, you know. I mean, each week I get several calls to take over a Malinois or another shepherd. I mean, no, I can't. I have two of my own. They're a handful. They're mine. They'll always be mine. They have their issues. You cannot take another dog. Shelters are full here in Belgium, but I know everywhere in the world, shelters are full. And that's all, excuse my language, because of some people who decide that they want to have a dog, but they're not ready for a dog, or they think, oh, shepherds, they're really smart. Let's take them because they train themselves. No, they don't. They need to be raised correctly without harsh punishments, because that's another issue. They need to learn what's wrong and what's right, just as kids need to learn those rules. I mean, when you're not setting any rules for your dogs or treating them like your baby, they're not going to survive. They're not going to act like a baby. They're not going to act human. They're a dog. And we can You sometimes use some human traits to clarify some stuff, but they're not humans. They're a different species. And still, I think it all starts with people being so stubborn and not thinking clearly. Yes, we have time for a dog. And then after a year, oh, we don't have the time anymore. We cannot give them what he needs. Bullshit. Sorry. It's bullshit. It's just plain bullshit. You can give that dog everything it needs. If you can give him love, if you can give him a walk a day, it doesn't need to be hours, but half an hour to, yeah, 1.5 hours, that is great. Give them attention. They need attention. They need our love. They need to be part of the family. They need to be felt. They need to be part of a group. Dogs are group animals. Some say pack animals, they are group animals. They need to be in a group to thrive. They cannot survive on their own. And that doesn't mean get another dog if you only have one dog, because that's not the solution. They need attention from us as humans. And we need to stop bringing them to shelters or telling a vet, yeah, let's euthanize it, because, yeah, actually, I don't have the time anymore, but I'm not saying that to you. So, yeah, he bit me. He's aggressive. No, vets do it. You will always find a vet who will put down your animal. You can always find one. I personally know some. I'm not going there anymore. But this makes me so angry, and it makes me feel so frustrated because it feels like I'm always barking up the wrong tree. Think about what you do when you take an animal into your life, and when you have that animal in your home. You should be able to care for it for the next 15 years. Maybe they're not all going to live 15 years, but you need to take that into account, that if there is a possibility that they go and live 15 years. Yeah. So, come on, let's think about this first. And when circumstances change, think about your dog. I mean, I read in one of those Facebook groups where I am unfortunately part of, but yeah, I need to be for some reasons when I have cases that we do believe that rehoming them would be the best. And there sometimes that is the best solution. But then people have tried everything. And I will assist them in the search for a home that can give that dog everything it needs. It happened only 2 times in 5 years. So I saw this post recently. We're moving to an apartment next week. The dog cannot come with us. Oh, yeah. You didn't think about that dog? That he was part of your family? You didn't know that? You didn't look for a place where he can go? What are we thinking? And in what universe is that justified? I mean, it's an easy option, and people living for, yeah, people having those dogs 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, you cannot give it what it needs anymore. Oh, yeah, because a dog gets more active when it gets older. Sure, sure. Or you provided him with such activity in the first 2 years that you've now created an athlete that needs to get more and more and more and more and more and more. Still, that can be changed. But you have to put in some work. Work. Don't want to do that. No. Time. Oof. No, don't have it. If you have a dog and you have circumstances that change, and for example, you get fired and you need a new job, you're always going to think about that dog because that dog is there. Does not matter if you need that job today. You're always going to think about that dog because it's part of the family. If it were a kid, you would think about it, right? You wouldn't put that kid up for adoption. I don't have the time anymore. We can give it what it needs. A lot of people cannot give their kids what they need. They need you. They don't need any other caregiver. Just as your dog needs you. Yeah. All in all, I hope in Max's honor, that's why I wanted to make this post, that I can somehow stimulate people to think about what they're doing when they're taking a dog into their home, when you're giving them a forever home. Let's make it a forever home. I mean, I adopted my two dogs. They're not the easiest. For both of them, I got advice to, yeah, maybe we should rehome them. Maybe we should euthanize it. What? No, we don't. We need to change stuff. And then we can make it happen. They're thriving. Would I want them to be able to be with a lot of other dogs? Yes. They're not. Bowden can. Brooklyn can't. Brooklyn is very wary of a lot of humans. The ones she trusts, she's okay with. She's very wary. Yeah, she has a past. Just as Bowden does. She has a past. I need to respect that. Don't live in the past. Always look to the future. But deal with it, right? Yeah, I mean, so in Max's honor, I want you to think about what you're doing when you're getting a dog in your home and how much time you have. If you don't have the time to invest in that dog that you're giving a home, don't do it. Do it when you're gonna have the time. Do it in 4 or 5 years. Don't do it now. Nobody's gonna think any less of you if you don't have a dog right now. Because when you say, I don't have a dog because I don't have the time, people should respect that. A dog is not a status symbol or whatever, right? A dog is part of the family, should be part of the family. So I'm going to stop my rant here, but honestly, I hope everyone would think twice about giving a dog a home. Give it a home, a forever home. And don't do like those owners with Max. Because that's just, it's an easy solution. We have too much power over animals. I wish it were the other way around. Unfortunately, it's not. All right. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in another video.